Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the second Global Summit for Mental Health Advocates 2019. We are grateful to all the participants, and also we have many special guests, including our Honorable Vice President of Taiwan ROC, Professor Chien-Jen Chen, Member of Singapore Parliament, Professor Fatima Latif, Members of Taiwan Legislative Yuan, Dr. Chen Jingmin, Ms. Li Lifen, Ms. You Mei-Nu, and the official representative, Minister of Taiwan Ministry of Health and Welfare, Mr. Chen Shizhong, and the Director General of Department of Mental and Oral Health, Mr. Shen Li-zhong. The Director from Indonesia, Mr. Priyanto Dajmiko. The Director from Malaysia, Ms. Suraya Said Mohammed. World Federal for Mental Health, President Ingrid Daniels. UN Man Representative Nancy Wallens. The Medical Director from our major sponsor, Longback Singapore Private Limited, Ms. Kira Joan Her. The representative of co-organizers, Dean of College of Public Health, NTU, Professor Zhan Changquan. President of NOU, Professor Chen Songbo. Kaohsiung Municipal Kaixuan Psychiatric Hospital, Dr. Chen Zhengzong. And of course, our speakers, Professor Philip Lee, Dr. Lei Xiuhua, and all the delegates of GAMHA. Thank you all again. With the beginning, please welcome the chair of Second Global Summit, Professor Zhang Jue, to lecture for the opening ceremony. Welcome, Professor Zhang.
Your Excellency, Vice President Chen, distinguished guests, honorable delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor to hold this summit because we really make a big effort. Yeah, last year we take the flag from Singapore, from Dr. Fatima, to continue the second. And then we will have 3, 4 continuously because we think mental health is really important. We like to build a bridge and make everyone can have the conversation. Just like today, last year is United Mental Health Together, but this year we put prioritizing mental health promotion because mental health is for everyone. And also we are glad because we have built the platform. So today we have our Vice President, we have a legislator person, and we have our ministers, and also from school, from university, and from so many NGOs, not only mental health related, but also all people, you care about mental health. So I do appreciate we can have those kind of platform, everybody can talk about. And also consumer representative is very important, like Janet Meyer from Australia, to do also advocacy and take real action, because advocacy is one part. We also need to build some model, give the government have reference, so we can make the stakeholders, government, and all NGO and local people work together. So this is the meaning of this organization, this summit. Yeah. And because all the global change for the changing society, so people in that, everybody unstable and insecure. So mental health also becomes so important. So I just write a similar one, say mental health, because this time we take the slogan, beyond trauma, combating stigma, creating resilience. So we need to make mental health promotion as a key. So we need to empower. So empower and mainstreaming mental health, we need to have positive way, and we need to optimistic, and it's holistic, and everybody can enjoy life, and we need to creating our resilience. So the government side and individual side, we all need to work together. So we can have self-help, we can have mutual help, then we need to public health help. So the policy, mental health policy, good mental health promotion policy is really very, very important. So use this time, because Vice President is here, Minister Chen also here. So we do back to make mental health promotion as our country's top priority. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Zhang Jue. And now please welcome the President of Mental Health Association in Taiwan, Dr. Lü Shuzhen, to lecture for the opening ceremony. Welcome, Dr. Lü.
Thank you, our Honored Vice President, Dr. Chen, and our Minister, Dr. Chen. And I'm Shuzhen, and welcome everybody from another country, from 7 countries from international. And this time, our conference is after the first summit, GAMHA from Singapore. The last year, the priority is united for the mental health. And this year, we will submit the theme, prioritizing mental health promotion. There are 4 sub-themes. And this time, we have an exciting summit plan, which included 4 workshops and site visits, and invites participants from 7 countries, 48 local experts, and 31 overseas speakers participate. There will be interactive keynote speech and panel session. This time, World Mental Health Day, initiated by World Federation for Mental Health now, and adopted by World Health Organization. There will be a press conference in the noon time today. Our associations established for more than 64 years, and over 30 presidents leading our association in this time. And we have another time about over 20 years, 9/21 earthquake. So we do the disaster mental health policy, and community and school and workforce mental health, we do a lot of work. And this time, I will thank Dr. Jie Zhang and our Christian Executive Secretary organized this conference very well and very do so much effort. And I will enjoy in Taiwan and our exchange, our friendship in these 4 days. And thank you, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lü Shuzhen. And now, please welcome the Member of Parliament, Professor Fatima Latif, to introduce the Global Alliance for Mental Health Advocates, which calls GAMHA. Welcome, Professor Fatima Latif.
女士们、先生们，大家早上好。
早上好。
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to Vice President of Taiwan, Professor Chen, Minister of Health, Mr. Chen, distinguished guests, Professor Chang, my good friend who has taken over the running of the conference this year, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and friends, and all of the advocates for mental health. Thank you very much for being here and sharing this with us. It was some 2 years ago when we actually conceptualized the idea of having an organization where people and also groups and associations care about mental health. So therefore, we have actually, 2 years later, formed the Global Association for Mental Health Advocates, and all of you are members of this association. The good thing about this association is that it does not have a membership fee. It has got people who are very, very caring and also fortunate to have actually been working with mental health patients and also contributing towards mental health in the world. We want to share best practices and also make an impact. So therefore, we have got organizations, we've got government officials, we've got NGOs, we've got volunteer welfare organizations, we've also got individuals, we've got recovering patients, we've got people who are caring for people with mental health problems, all in the Global Association for Mental Health Advocates. So therefore, it is a powerful organization because these people are going to make changes. Changes in policy, changes in the way we manage mental health as we move into the future, changes because the world is aging, and in many societies we have an aging population, so therefore we have to tweak it accordingly so that we can do this appropriately. Okay, so I bring you greetings from Singapore, where we had the first summit there, and also the reason for having this association, this organization, is really we want to prioritize and make mental health something that is of a global priority. And most importantly, we actually came up with this organization where everybody can be a part of it. That's the most important. The mission is really to make this on the agenda of every nation and every government, and also a platform for every one of you, whether you are an individual, whether you are representing an organization, a university, or a school, to actually be able to contribute. So it's for everybody, as I've mentioned earlier. And also, we have the mission set accordingly. It is a very achievable mission. It is something for all of us, and we want to do it and make it as practical as possible, and we want to improve the quality of care that we give to our patients, the quality of life of the patients, the quality of delivery of mental health services all around. So therefore, this is something for all of us. It was 1 year ago exactly, on the 4th of October 2018, that the President of Singapore, Madam Halimah Yacob, actually launched the first summit. And we are delighted 1 year later, 12 months down the line, we are here in Taiwan. And I really appreciate Professor Chang for having taken over the helm and hosting this in Taiwan. Thank you very much, and thank you for your hospitality as well. So this is what our President said last year as she opened the conference. What is considered as mental illness covers a whole broad spectrum, from the very mild to the most severe form of manifestations. With control and medication, many can continue to lead meaningful lives and productive lives as well. They should have no problems working. They should be mainstreamed and integrated into society. So therefore, following that summit, we had our first board meeting where we have representatives from 20 countries, and it was like a mini United Nations. All of us were seated around the table, and everyone very, very passionate about mental health issues. So therefore, this is going to be our second one this year, where we are going to make more changes in policy. We're going to have more friends. We have new members as well, and we're looking forward to the next 3 to 4 days in Taiwan, spending with all of you here. Thank you very much for having us here, and again, congratulations on a successful organization of the conference.
Thank you, Professor Fatima Latif. Now, please welcome the sponsor for the conference, Medical Director of Longback Singapore Private Limited, Dr. Kira Joan Hare, to give us a few words. Welcome, the Director of Longback, Dr. Kira.
Good morning, everyone. Before I start, I just want to thank the organizing committee and all of you delegates for being here in your passion towards the purpose or the cause of mental health. I want to start by talking about the Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals is a set of goals that the United Nations have set towards creating a better and more sustainable future for all of us. And for the first time, mental health features in the Sustainable Goals, where governments across the world pledge to reduce suicide rates by 1/3 by 2030 and improve mental health. We also see more celebrity endorsement. We see celebrities coming out and bringing mental illness out of the woods. And this is very important because we know that mental health affects 1 in 4, and it affects you regardless of your gender, your age, your race, or your work. And this really helps us take one step towards improving the stigma associated with mental health. On this side of the world, we also have Asian celebrities coming forward to talk about mental health and really help improve the social stigma. We know that more than 700 million people are affected by brain diseases worldwide, and we also know that the burden of mental health is more costly than cancer, diabetes, or cardiovascular disease. And, the investments that we put in to address this for early prevention, for intervention, does not equate to the burden of mental illness, and as a result, it can have very devastating effects. We know that 800,000 people die by suicide every year, and we know that the majority of these people are actually linked to a mental health diagnosis. In Lübeck, we're tirelessly dedicated to restoring brain health so that everyone can be their best. We know that we cannot do this alone, so we work with communities such as yourself to really create awareness and help towards the goal of better mental health. We also have what we call the annual One Voice Summit, where we invite local and international advocacy groups to come together to exchange best practices. We also have initiatives that support Mental Health Day, which is 10 October, and that is next week. And we are very happy to say that in last year, we have initiatives in more than 40 different countries worldwide. So I know that today we're coming together to learn, to meet, to exchange ideas, and I strongly urge every one of you to reach out and really find ways to work together, because we are stronger together, we are stronger united, and we are stronger as one voice. Thank you.
Thanks for the Medical Director of Lübeck Singapore Private Limited, Dr. Kira Joanne Hare. And also, Lübeck Singapore Private Limited is our major sponsor. Thanks for that. Ladies and gentlemen, now, please welcome the Vice President of Taiwan ROC, Professor Chien-Jen Chen, to give us a short speech. Welcome, Professor Chien-Jen Chen.
Former President of the Mental Health Association in Taiwan, Professor Zhang Jue, and current President, Professor Liu, Minister of Health and Welfare, Dr. Chen, and Legislator Chen, Legislator Lin, and also Legislator Yo, and representative of the Global Alliance for Mental Health Advocates, Professor Latif, and President-elect of the World Federation for Mental Health, Dr. Daniels, and distinguished guests from home and abroad, friends from the media, and good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm honored to be here today for the second Global Summit for Mental Health Advocates, and would like to thank the representative from all the participating countries who traveled so far to join us. I'm also happy to see Taiwan's public and private sectors, experts, scholars, and civic group representatives all gathered here. By addressing mental health issues through cross-border experiential exchanges, you will make a significant contribution to the development of global mental health. Back in year 2004, the World Health Organization proposed the idea that without mental health, there can be no true physical health. Then, in 2013, the World Health Organization urged all countries to adopt a health in all policy approach, which requires a cooperative, cross-agency action plan to promote mental health. Many countries are now working to go toward that goal and have made mental health issues a national priority. The Global Alliance for Mental Health Advocates, founded by Southeast Asian countries in year 2016, and the World Federation for Mental Health, both play a key role in this summit. Serving as a link with civic organizations, they have invited officials from those organizations to attend so that government and civic society can work together during the policy-making process through cooperation and advocacy. This will certainly make a tremendous contribution to the development of mental health globally and as well as here in Taiwan. In the OECD's Better Life Index for the year 2016, Taiwan ranked 16th out of 39 countries and remained #1 among the 3 Asian countries. In 2017, the Economics Intelligence Unit evaluated progress in providing support services for mentally ill in 15 Asian Pacific countries. In that survey, Taiwan ranked 3rd overall, 3rd in environment, 3rd in opportunities, 5th in access to treatment, and 4th in governance. To address the result of those surveys, our Ministry of Health and Welfare have invested more resources and improved resources allocation for mental health services. We have also worked to eliminate any stigma surrounding mental health care and promote interdisciplinary collaboration. We have doubled the mental health budget and will add an additional 283 mental health social workers over the next 3 years. We will also strengthen discharge planning practice, increase community service resources, and develop diverse service models. With that, I would like to thank Minister Chen for his significant contribution to the promote of mental health in Taiwan. So we should give him a big applause. And we all know that this year marks the 20th anniversary of the 9/21 earthquake in Taiwan and the 10th anniversary of the Typhoon Morocco, 2 of Taiwan's most devastating natural disasters. During the post-disaster recovery period, in addition to reconstructing physical buildings and infrastructure, the public and private sectors joined forces to build a mental health supporting system. From formulating policy and planning to investing resources and manpower and improving service processes, Taiwan has now established its own unique mental health rehabilitation mechanisms. We have also expanded community mental health services, starting with front-end prevention and emphasizing community-based public mental health to promote psychological resilience. We are also providing channels for psychological consultation and extending mental health resources to foster better overall mental health in Taiwan. To address the impact of the low birth rate, aging population, and climate change around the globe, this summit has 4 major themes. I think all of you know that very well. Mental health for the children and adolescents, mental health for seniors, policies and practice for mental health rehabilitation, and disaster and mental health. We hope this summit will be a platform to share mental health policies and best practice from each country and forge partnerships with countries included in our new southbound policy, including the Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, and other Southeastern Asian countries. Here, I would like to thank the Mental Health Association in Taiwan for hosting this event. I trust this summit will be a great success and will promote Asian mental health models and concepts internationally to benefit all the peoples in this region as well as globally. So with that, I would like to welcome all of you and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks for the Vice President, Ms. Professor Chen. May we have the President stay on the stage? Also, we would like to invite our special guests to come up the stage for a guest photo. We would like to invite the Chair of the Second Global Summit, Professor Zhang Jue, and the President of MHAT, Lu Shuzhen, and Dr. Ingrid Daniels, Minister Mr. Chen Shizhong, Professor Fatima Latif, Dean Mr. Zhan Changquan, Medical Director of Lundbeck, Kila Joan Hell, President Mr. Chen Songbo, Professor Philip Sli, Dr. Chen Zhengzong, Executive Director, Porsche Pool, Chairman of TOTA, Zhan Peiying, and our legislator, Ms. Li, and Dr. Zhang and Ms. You. And now we would like to invite the Vice President and Professor Fatima Latif and Professor Zhang Jue to complete the puzzles.
Let's beyond trauma, combating stigma, creating resilience. Let's go.
Thank you for Ms. Lu Shuzhen read out the slogan.
We also thank our Ministry of Health and Welfare sponsor this conference. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, now we'll have a guest photo. When I count to 3, and we can say cheese together, okay? 1, 2, 3. Or maybe I think since we're in Taiwan, when I ask you, is the watermelon sweet? And you will say sweet, okay? Is the watermelon sweet? No, money. Okay, for one more. 1, 2, 3. Great. Thanks for our guest. Thank you. May we have all the guests, including the Vice President, back to the seats, please.